Hello, everybody. This is Sanetha here. Today, June 23rd, 2015. Welcome back to Sanetha Speaks on Doves for Peace today. This will be the last live webinar for the rest of the summer, as I will return in the fall, sometime in September, as we take a break. And it's really great to see you all back here today as we have some very important information to share with you, additional healing for you and for all the people around you and our earth. And today's topic will be becoming part of the SOULution. And SOULution spelled SOULution has more than one meaning. So before we get started, I want to take a few minutes for anybody that might be new out there and anybody that will be listening to the recording to tell you a little bit about myself. I am Sanetha. I was born Aneta Renee, and a few years back I was awakened to discover that I had a previous lifetime, less than 5 months between this life and the previous one. And the information came to me in the most unusual way, in that I had not been seeking to find out about my past lives. I had always believed in past lives and reincarnation, and I was just going about my business every single day, trying to expand my knowledge, my wisdom, my moving forward on my spiritual path, when the information was downloaded to me. A series of incidents took place after I came into my healing abilities as a reconnective healing practitioner. And from there, I was guided to take a tour to Massachusetts, Salem, Massachusetts, a place on my path that I had marked as do not go there. In my head, even though I had never been there before, I knew that I did not want. I think we lost sight a little bit there, and that's okay. I did not want to be in Salem, Massachusetts, because I had a fear within from past lives of witches being there. And I won't go into a lot of detail about that, because we each have our own path, our own source of information. And eventually, after 18 months of trying to understand why was it that I knew who I was in a previous life, what was I to do with the information? How did I know? Why did I know? Who should I tell? And so on and so forth, until finally my spiritual team came forth and paid me a nice little visit to let me know that I was to write a spiritual book about past lives and reincarnation. To my very surprise, I thought, and I said, what do I know about spirituality? What do I know about past lives and reincarnation? And apparently I knew a lot more than meets the eye. And they also let me know they would guide me step by step to write the book, The Kingdom of Heaven, within the Holy Book of the Great Invisible Spirit. And for many of you, you already own this book. And if you don't, you can go to the website, Sanetha, SANETHA.com. And as you can see, the beautiful dove delivering the message to the masses on the earth. A time on the earth when this information would be needed is what they told me. That I would deliver this information so that some of the people would come to terms to understand who we are, where we came from, and where we are going, and how to get home again, and what is living a life on earth all about. And of course, as time moved forward, the book completed, and I self-published and eventually started doing healing retreats and these webinars, joined up with our beautiful, dear Reverend Brother Sean Bradley, who has put together, out of the goodness of his heart, this platform for you to come, for others to visit, to receive information at zero cost to you. This is not to sell the book. This is not to sell anything other than a guidepost for you, what resonates with you. And remember, whatever I say or anybody else said on this program or any book or television or radio broadcast, different things will resonate for you that resonate for me or resonate for your spouse or your brother or your sister, your mother, your father, or your friends. Each of us has a different path. We are at different places on our path. It is not a level, and we are all here to help each other find our way. And so you may know that no matter what the situation you are in at this time in your life, that there is a reason for everything. So again, as always, would you take this second, this minute, to light a candle? Light a candle, as this is tradition for Doves for Peace. And not only is this a tradition for Doves for Peace, let this be a tradition for you to have a place in your heart to hold a light, whether you light a candle on the outside, also light the candle on the inside and feel that candle, the burning flame of your spiritual being, and understand that all is energy. Becoming part of the solution, everything is energy. What kind of energy are you bringing into your energy field? How we react to any given situation or energy determines what shape or form it will be received by anything on its path or in the surrounding field. Are you feeling stuck in a situation or energy that isn't moving in a positive direction and or is getting out of control? Do you want to learn how to break free from the chains that hold you down to living a life of love and harmony? Do you want to be part of the solution in changing your life and the world around and in you? And that is what we are here today to talk about, is about being, becoming part of the solution. And as I have said many times on this program, that we are in a new energy here on Earth called the fifth dimensional energy. This energy is a higher vibration. It is a frequency that is so much different from all the times that we have lived here on the earth in previous lifetimes and reincarnations. This is the first time in history that the earth has risen to the fifth dimension, because finally there was enough souls living in human bodies who brought with them and were able to spread enough light to allow the earth to heal, to decide to stay, to not end, as it was predicted on December 21st, 2012. So congratulations to you And everybody who is listening to this, everybody who is watching this, and everybody who is feeling this energy, we are here to spread that light within us, that candle that you have lit. You need to spread that outside of your physical being and become one with your soul. And as I write in the book, our soul is what carries our DNA blueprint with us into every incarnation. You have a higher self. And for me, my higher self is Sanetha. Sanetha, the name Sanetha was given to me during the writing of my book. And had I been given that name before writing the book, I would not have understood the meaning behind it. We all have higher selves, and we all have spiritual names. A name that is a combination of our name in this life and other lifetimes. And as you go through the process of becoming the SOULution, you are living, breathing every single day a new energy, a new frequency. So you will find that there are many souls, many humans, in many cases these are people who are very close to you, who are family members, who are close friends, who seem to disappear farther and farther away from you. And the reason being is that they have chosen a different vibration. And that does not mean that they will not raise their vibration, because if they come into your light and you have risen your vibration and they start to resonate on that vibration, they soon too will become part of the solution. And this topic today came to me while I was writing some new information on Sanetha's Facebook page, and one of my followers had asked me a question, and I realized that this is a burning question within many of the souls that who are listening and wondering, yes, I know I have been on the path. I have been on the spiritual path, but there are people around me who that they need to deal with on a regular basis that do not understand or have not come in to knowing that we are here to heal, to raise our vibration. And this person has a relationship where they have a child together, but the relationship did not work out. And so often they have to make plans to have visitations with the child. And often, and you've heard this so many times before, that there is much arguing and much energy, negative energy that goes in and out of conversations that we might have with our exes, with our spouses, with our friends, with our family, in whatever situation. So how do we deal with this? How do we move forward on the spiritual path without creating a negative vibration? And it is very simple, my friends. You will see as you move along that the more often that you can take time to realize that the less negative energy that you contribute to the already negative energy, the energy will change. We are spiritual beings having another glorious human experience. And by saying that, I want you to know, and I have said again many times, we have gifts and abilities within our own DNA blueprint that are so unimaginable that when we get to this place on our path, when you soon realize that you too can do anything that your heart desires, the magic will start appearing. Many of you are on Facebook, and often you see children who are blind, children with autism, children who are very young coming in to this earth and performing on a piano, singing their heart out. Where does that come from? And I tell you that these children come here with messages for you so that you will open up to their energy and question, what is that? How could that possibly be? So getting back to our spouse or our family member or our friend and having difficulty communicating, I want you to understand that as we go through this webinar, I hope to help you come to a place where you can be in control of your light inside, and let that light shine and be in control of your energy and see the other energies around you and start to change the energy around you. But before you can come to that place to change that energy, there are some things that are very important for everybody on the path, wherever you are, is to let go of any negative energy, which includes things like doubt, fear, hate, jealousy, judgment. And before we move on with this webinar, I would like to take you to the place in my book, which is the most favorite place of my book, which is full of wisdom. And may I ask my guides and angels that when I read this to you, that it resonates with you, that you receive an aha moment. So that place is in the acknowledgements of the book. And so many of you have read this and understand again that the book, The Kingdom of Heaven within the Holy Book of the Great Invisible Spirit, is not a one-time read. This book is deep, with codes, with light. And as you read the book, you will have a healing. And each time you read the book, you will have a healing, an aha moment. And again, I will repeat, I have read this book 19 times and counting. And each time I read it, I discover more, deeper. It's so layered. So under the acknowledgements of the book, it reads, "It is deep within my heart and my soul that I am so grateful to our Creator, all of the angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters, and all of my loving families, friends, acquaintances, spiritual teachers, and you reading this for your guidance and teachings throughout history so that all of us could find our way home again." And when I say throughout history, I mean in many lifetimes. A special thanks to the love of this life, possibly the love of many of my lives, my dear husband, Lonnie, of 38 plus years, for always being there. And as I said, we just had our 41st wedding anniversary, believing and trusting me, myself and I, and of course, whoever else might appear. And you can imagine when one comes home one day and says to their husband, "I reincarnated less than 5 months between lives, and in my previous life, I was a male." I had no idea at that point of 38 years whether this marriage would survive the new information coming in. And as you can see, he was brought here for me so that I could be here for you. To my mother, father, children, grandchildren, and future great-grandchildren, I see you, I hear you, and I love you forever and ever, no matter where your spirit resides. To my soul family, and this is the part of the acknowledgments that I really want you to pay attention to. To my soul family who have played and are playing out the most difficult and unpleasant roles, assisting and teaching me and many others so that we can help the masses who will be seeking this information. I give you praise and heartfelt forgiveness with the grandest of gratitude. For if it wasn't for you, the hardest lessons would have been missed. We hold the door open for you. Our job won't be done till all of us come home. And the reason that part of the book is so extremely important, because it directs the energy to the people in our lives who we feel have wronged us, who we feel the energy is trying to destroy us. And that is not the intent. And even though it does happen, that energy is there for you to find your way on your path. And I just want you to think about that for a few minutes after the program and go to this webinar tomorrow or the next day, or read that part of the book and try to come to terms with and go to a place in your life where you feel that you have been wronged, where you feel that something was taken away from you, where you feel that you are lonely, where you feel that so much could be different. And through the process, I want you to bring your emotions to the surface, the emotions of fear, worry, judgment, jealousy, doubt, hatred, all those things. We need to bring those up and deal with them one at a time, over and over again, for every instance where we have the pain. You will soon realize that pains in your body are associated with the pains that you bring up while you go through that process. And understand that while you go through the process of releasing these negative energies, that they come back over and over again. But you will notice that when they do return, they are smaller in size. They are less overwhelming. But you need to understand that they will return, because there's always some residue still sitting there, more for you to release. Because we bring with us from other lifetimes, not just in this lifetime, the residue. So it's taken many lifetimes to collect this negative energy that sits within us. And we planned it that way so that when we got to this place in this lifetime, that we would be able to work with it. So we would be in the dark to find the light. And the only way to find the light while in the dark is in blindness, in total darkness, where only love will reside. Because when we can come to that place to find that love, unconditional love within us, we are spiritual beings having another glorious human experience. And in that heart, connected to our head, connected to our brain, are all the frequencies and all the vibrations that once we connect them, we will be in the flow of this energy. So I would like to also read a little part that I read this week from one of my favorite authors, from one of my favorite healers, in fact, Cry On, from Lee Carroll. and he channels the Kryon, Kryon, and I do write about him in the book, and there is a piece that he gave me permission to write. But this week, there was a posting from his website, and I thought it was really fitting for this webinar today. And it's called Every Lifetime. Your higher self is a piece of the Creator, as Sanetha is a piece of the Creator. You're all born with it. It's the same soul you've had for every single lifetime. Are you aware of that? Every lifetime, the same soul? There's a friend in there who has been with you through every single lifetime. Are you aware of that? Every lifetime, the same soul? There's a friend in there who has been with you through every journey, along with your innate. Some of you have been able to reach out and touch that friend, and that is when you're the most peaceful on the planet. Can you feel that? Do you remember that? How would you like that feeling all the time? It's like having all your parents back, wrapped up in one inside of you, looking at you. You can touch them. They can touch you. You can touch their hands anytime you want, in pure love. It's the parents you've always wished you had if you didn't have them from the other side of the veil. That's what it is. So how lovely and how fitting and timely is that? So we are energy. Everything is energy. We are our own individual energy. Our energy blends and mixes with all other energy. Just the same as a droplet of water, when dropped into a river or a pond or a lake, mixes in to the energy of that water system. By changing our own energy, we begin to heal ourselves. And this healing energy, which is pure love, will filter through even through the darkest energy, which will either run or meld with it. So what do I mean by we being energy? And how can we change our energy? So let's just suppose for a second here that Sanetha's energy is dark and negative. What would that look like? What would that feel like? Very yucky. I would start to feel pain in my body. I would start to feel my stomach churn. I would maybe get a headache. And what is that negative energy that is within me? Where does it come from? It is coming from somewhere within and without. How can I change my situation? How can I change my energy into a place of healing and well-being? And so take a minute now to close your eyes and come along with me to a place and find within you the energy stream that we can change individually, an energy stream that we can change together, an energy stream that when we change, all around us changes, and as we spread that positive energy, we'll see a difference in our lives. So let's take a minute to breathe in and out. Loosen your shoulders and feel the energy come in through the top of your head. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you have your eyes closed, be in that space of your own stillness, your own thoughts. And in your third eye, you see the candle that we lit, the candle inside. It is flickering. And it is out of control. Flickering, the wind is blowing, there's a storm. And you want to calm the waters, calm the storm, to bring that flicker to a nice, beautiful, bright, harmonized light. So in order to do that, breathe in and breathe out. And go to the place in your life where you are feeling negative energy, whether it be a place, a work situation, a family situation. Go there. Let go of fear, let go of worry. Just go there in your mind, quietly, and sit for a minute and bring that energy to you, as negative as it seems, and hear it, see it, feel it for what it is, and understand that all energy is looking for a reaction. And what reaction that you have to this energy determines the outcome of what kind of energy you will create. In order for us to calm the waters, to put the fire out, we must not give it the energy that it wants you to respond with. So if you're in a situation and somebody is deceitful, somebody is arguing, somebody is very hateful, somebody is very sad, somebody is ill, whatever the situation, whether it be personal with a family member or within your work or even other people around you, remember to not give it the energy to build a fire, but to give it energy to calm the waters. And you might be meditating there thinking, well, that's easier said than done. I can do this in my mind. But I will tell you, once you practice this in your mind and come to a place of healing and stillness, a place of listening and not reacting like a nuclear reactor, you will soon realize that each time this energy comes into your space, the more that you practice and the more that you do not react, the less this energy will exist until finally it is completely disappeared. Take, for instance, while you are in meditation, have that person call you on the telephone and listen to them. Let them rant, let them rave, let them go on and on. And even when they pause long enough, if they do, because in most cases, they just want to be heard. They are not looking for information. They already know everything, don't you know? But listen to the person. Let them go on. Let them go off. And do not respond. And feel that energy coming towards you. And at first, it's very, very painful. And you can feel that energy at the beginning of this. And as it continues, day after day, week after week, and every time you talk with that person or you're surrounded by that energy, you will soon realize that the energy is changing. And you can go in and change it by sending love to it. And at first that can be very difficult because most people are not feeling love toward a negative energy who is yelling and screaming and full of anger and full of hate and wishing you were dead and wishing you were ill. And that, my dear ones, is where you come in to be the light, to be the healer, to be the change that you wish to see. Of course, that is what it's all about. And as we change this energy, we change inside. And we change the person that is listening, that is ranting. Because soon they start to understand that there is no response. There is no reaction. There is no need to expose, to expel that kind of energy. That there is a different source of energy, a love source. And when you, just in your thoughts, send that love energy to someone who perhaps maybe in your mind does not deserve it, it changes. Thought is energy. Love is the most amazing and sought after element in the entire universe. Love conquers all. And as this may be difficult for some of you to comprehend, to understand, it takes the greatest of minds, the greatest of hearts, the greatest of spiritual beings in a physical body to be able to hold that place and become that love, become that change. And so we can grow this light and this love together, brighter and brighter. So as you are in that place, listening to your loved one, also hear and see them and smile at them. No words, a smile, a gentle smile with kind eyes, and watch them as they smile back, because smiles are contagious. And even if they do not smile in your sight, they will smile later, and know that that smile that they are smiling, they will be coming into contact with another human being, even maybe somebody they don't know. That smile is contagious. And that smile, I write about it. I call it Michael's gift. Gift it forward. Smile at the strangers. Smile at the people you know. No words, no energy needed. Just pure, unconditional love. So visualize your heart, your mind, sending energy to the negative energy, putting out the flame, and knowing that it'll be there tomorrow, and you will do it again and again until finally there is just gentle smoke in the air and the smoke will disappear. Practice, dear ones, and let me know how you make out with changing the energy. And when you can change the energy dealing with one person at a time, You can change the energy within your family, within your community, within your entire country, within the world on the inside and the world on the outside will become lighter. It will come brighter, and the universe will change. You will not ever be the same. We were always changing. So also, while you are there in that spot, I want you to be full of gratitude. Thank them for having to be that negative energy, for having to show you that there was some place for you to go on your path that they needed for you to turn to, so that you could be on that place in the path where you can show others, where you can lead the way, where you can create more love, more light, more freedom. And if you live in the United States, then you've probably heard about the incident, the hate crimes that happened in South Carolina last week, and how horrible it was for this group in their church, while a white person, a young man, walked in and joined them, and they opened their hearts and they opened their minds and they welcomed him and they showed him love, only to be gunned down later, where 9 were killed and 3 survived. And he said in his testimony that he almost did not do it because he could feel the love that they were showing him. And as his darkness took over, in moments in between while they were unknown, it opened the hearts of the country as they have forgave him. They told him they will not allow that incident to shut them down, to be who they are, to know where they are going. These are amazing people. These people are leaders. They are teachers of love and light. And I send them my love and my light. And may that never happen to you or your family or in your community. And know that the days of the dark is coming to an end as we grow our light and our love. But the dark struggles as they feel that light and they feel that they are running out of time. So there is chaos amongst them. So that is what we are feeling and what our Mother Earth is feeling and what we need to do as spiritual beings having a human experience, to come together and create this new energy, help our fellow human beings who do not understand, who are not awake, who do not know that they too can change the energy. It is a process, and we can show them the way. So I do want to read another place in the book. And it's called Multiple Lifetimes. Each lifetime you have come to learn something new. A list of life purposes. The experiences are chalked up to a list of accomplishments with a goal to grow spiritually, individually, and in unity. If you don't accomplish something on the list, then the next time you reincarnate, you might try that again, only with a new set of circumstances, possibilities, and probabilities, all planned out with the members of your soul family before you incarnate again. It is from this list that your soul family, including your guides and angels and ascended masters, are working with you to help you accomplish the experiences you came here to learn. They too are a part of the plan. Indeed, it is a tricky task to comprehend for the majority of us, that we are born knowing, and that then the programming begins and our memories start to fade. So somewhere along your path, while you are growing and maturing, you are awakening to your spiritual existence. It's been a long time coming. The new energy, the fifth dimensional energy, is here online in alignment and available to those who choose to raise their vibrations to match the new energy on the new planet. So, what can we do? We have conflict in our lives, and when it involves another person, you must not give away your power to another. Create the energy that you wish to see using your unconditional love, which may be blocked with old, stale, negative energy that you do not realize is holding you back, keeping you locked up in chains because you haven't let go of all of that yet. It's breaking free from the prison. It is breaking free from slavery. It is coming clean, having a pure heart so that we can have all that we deserve and all that we want in this lifetime, never ever achieved in the history of this planet Earth, because the energy has never been bright enough, light enough for us to accomplish that. That's why I returned so quickly in this lifetime, as many were lined up, many souls who have never incarnated on the earth before are wanting to come now, because the dark is starting to leave, and there are so many grand times in front of humanity as we move forth. And many stepped back and said, you are experienced spiritual being who has had many lifetimes on this planet. Please go forth, as we know that many of you who have been here many times can make this change and make it happen in this lifetime. It was the chance that we took, and a chance that I took as a soul, because believe you me, we know that why would we want to come back to this planet unless it was so important for all that is. So what can we do to move forward? And I've written down a couple of things, and if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, and you can write this down, I will suggest that number one, we can meditate daily. You can go to the situation in your mind while you're meditating, review it, come to terms with it, let go of any negative energies that arise, that show up, such as guilt, anger, fear, and repeat this whenever necessary. And again, not usually done all in one sitting. It will take time, dear ones, time that you have on your hands. Even if it's a couple of minutes a day, increase it to 5 or 10 minutes a day. The more you work with the energy, the easier things will become. And number two, and not necessarily in this order, pray daily. And what is the difference from meditating and praying, you might ask? When we pray, we are asking for help. We are asking for help from God, from our angels and guides and all of our soul family and anybody who is listening, to come to our aid, to come to the aid of our loved ones. And remember, over and over again, I repeat, if you do not ask, our angels and guides cannot help us. And the God, the Creator, created us, who we are God inside. We all have a God inside. We are part of the Creator. Number three, when the situation arises with another person, there are a few things that you can do. Number one, you can be in control of your power. And you can be in control of your power by doing number 1 and 2 on a daily basis and learning to be in control of your power. Do not invest your energy into the negative responses, even if you believe them to be right. Even if you believe that your responses to be right, that maybe you believe they are not negative. Do not add fire where fire is. Learn to let the fire diminish. Let the fire burn out. And number 2, show compassion and love, even to our greatest enemies. And I have many personal experiences, as all of us do, because it is all those negative experiences that lead us on the path, that guide us, that we need to be thankful and grateful to those who we believe to be our enemies. Because if it wasn't for them, we would not have turned on the path to the light, where we are and where we need to help them. And they may never get there in this lifetime, perhaps next lifetime. And number 3, when you make statements during the conversations, keep your tone neutral. Raising your voice and saying hurtful things will only give the negative energy more fire. So I will go to a place in the book for closing. And this is from page 193. And it's called Everything is Connected. And you can see and understand as we are here today that your energy, and when you get control of your own energy and you spread that light and that love and connect to the others, as we have done in previous webinars, healing each other and the earth. I feel, therefore I am. And that is a quote from Sanetha. Feelings are the most powerful force in the universe. Compassion is the force that connects everything to the universe into infinity. When you cry, all of you cries. When you laugh, all of you laughs. When you release negativity, all of you releases negativity. When you feel love, all of you feels love. When you connect, all of you connects. Imagine now all of us feeling love, all at the same time, uniting as one, creating world peace. You are connected to everything, connected to all that is the Creator. So thank you again for joining me today on this live program. And I look forward to seeing you again in the fall. And remember to go to the Doves for Peace website and view the recordings that have taken place over the last few months. Look for other people. Listen to the webinars, share them on your Facebook page with friends and family. Maybe this would be a great way for you to share this information, to open them up to the love and the light. So to you and yours, much love, many blessings, and good night.